Hey, this is Jamey Schrier, and I want to ask you a question about this glass right here. Yes, I know it's a poor drawing, but we'll just assume that it is a glass. Is this glass half empty, or is this glass half full? Now, you know that if it's half empty, then that is a pessimistic perspective, right? We all know that. And if the glass is half full, that is a optimistic perspective. So you're a pessimist or an optimist depending on how you see the glass. Well, for me, it really depends on the time of the day. If I'm in a good mood, if my energy is up, I'll see that glass half full all day long. But if something bad is happening in my business, or I had a negative experience, doing some marketing to somebody, or a staff person left, or I got a negative review on Google, then, all of a sudden I might see that glass as half full. So what I realize is that how we think, how we see things is a big determining factor. When I had my practices, one of the things I noticed is that I made decisions, and decisions that came back to bite me. Decisions I made that ended up causing more confusion with the staff, or costing me money, or costing me more headaches, were decisions that I made in a place where I was seeing this glass half full. I call this being in a place of the negative zone. All right? And when you're in the negative zone, your energy is down, right? You don't feel confident. You have a lack of confidence. You just kind of feel like, I don't know. You might feel, woe is me. And when you're in this place, the worst thing you can do, and I've made this mistake time and time again, the worst thing you can do is make important decisions. And what do I mean by decisions? You might be making a decision on whether to hire someone. You might be making a decision on raises. You might be making decisions on how you're going to market. Or you might be making decisions on a whole host of things in your business. And when you make decisions, when you're in this negative place, when you're in this low energy state, those decisions will come back to bite you. Why? Because those decisions will be emotional decisions. There's a great saying, when emotion is high, intelligence is low. So when our emotion is high, our rational thinking kind of goes away. Our logical thinking goes away. And that kind of mindset can really have a negative impact on our business. And because we know business is an emotional game, we're up and down multiple times a day, it's important to do a few things to address this. And I want to share a couple things with you today so you can have some take-home stuff. So what can you do to combat being in the negative zone? Well, number one, recognize it. That's right. Recognize that you might be in a glass half full, pessimistic, kind of down place. It's okay. We're all human. It's okay to be in a bad place. Just recognize it. Own it. That's number one. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're in this place, if you choose to get out of it. My daughter, I have a 15-year-old daughter, and sometimes she gets into the negative zone. In fact, she gets in the negative zone about 100 times a day. 15-year-old girl, it happens. But what I say to her is, hey, if you want to be in this negative, complaining, bad mood place, that's okay. You take as much time as you want. But what I'm not going to do, and what my wife's not going to do, is we're just not going to deal with you in this place. Because it's completely irrational thought, it's emotion, and it's all that kind of stuff. So for here, it's, if you're in this place, you can choose how long you stay in it. However, you should have some things in your toolbox. You should have ways to get you out of this place. So it could be just as simple as taking some deep breaths, right? Maybe going on exercise. When I get in this place, I go on a nice little power walk around my neighborhood. I think clearer. I feel better, right? It gets me back into my good, positive state. Maybe some meditation. Whatever it is for you to help you increase your energy. And as Tony Robbins says, to increase your state. So the third thing is just be mindful of decision making, right? Decision making. Do not make any important decisions when you're in this negative place. No important decisions. Give it 24 hours. You get a really weird email that gets you all fired up, do not automatically respond. Give yourself 24 hours. I can't tell you how many times I hit reply on an email that just irks me and send something back. And of course, it was maybe a miscommunication or whatever the case was. But what I've learned is if I get an email, I may write the email. I do not put the person's name in the subject, just in case I hit it by accident. I don't put the person's name in there. But I may write the email to get it out of my body. My wife, Colleen, loves saying that. She goes, it's okay to get the emotion out of your body. So I write the email, but then I wait for 24 hours. Do you know how many emails I send that I was fired up with? It's less than 20%. Less than 20% I actually send exactly the way I wrote it. Because when cooler heads prevail, you think clear. And here's a great formula. A great formula that I used is R equals T plus A. R stands for results. The results we have in our business come down to how we think and the actions we take. It's as simple as that. So if you are in an emotional state, if your mind state isn't in the place that it should be when you're communicating with your staff, having performance reviews, interviewing people, speaking with patients, answering the phone at the front desk, whatever it is, if you're not in that right state of mind, that will affect the actions you take and that will affect the results that you get. So be mindful of your mindset. Use a couple of these strategies right here, incorporate them, and when you're back in much more of a rational type of place, then you can make decisions, and the chances are the decisions you make in that place are much better. If you have any comments, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Any thoughts about what we talked about today, maybe some other mindset things that you do, I'd love to hear them. Nothing pleases me most than having you engage and having conversations about this, because we're all about trying to help you build a better business so you can work less, earn more, and create the kind of life that you want and impact the people that you want to impact. Until next time, Jamey Schrier here, CEO of Practice Freedom U.